It is so cold in my room. I leave my heat off usually and just warm up with blankets and sweaters. But it's so cold that I turned on my heat, so it's coming up to winter and I don't like it. Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my November wrap-up and December TBR. Like I said in the last video, I am doing these videos now instead of at the end of the month, which is only 4 days away, so I don't really think it makes that much of a big deal. But it's because I'm going to my aunt's for a week, and I'm not going to be able to film there, and I'm not going to be able to upload there, so I thought I'd get these out of the way so that they'd be up, and hopefully the 3 videos that I put up are going to make up for the lack of videos throughout the week. So I only read 3 books this month, but I have 4 books to show you because I said in October that because I was doing my wrap up a little bit early, there was a chance I was going to finish a book before October ended, but I wouldn't have a chance to put it in the video, and that was Whatever Life Throws at You by Julie Cross. I did manage to finish this on Halloween, so I did finish it in October, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen me mention this before, I've mentioned it a few times. It's about Annie Lucas. Her dad is the new coach of the Kansas City Royals. So it's a baseball book, and she falls in love with the new rookie pitcher, Jason Brody. And I really liked this book. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, but I really, really liked it. I think I gave it 5 stars. I thought it would be like revolving all around baseball, and it kind of does, but like it's different. It has like certain things to it that doesn't make it just about, oh, my voice cracked. It doesn't make it just about baseball. It doesn't make it just about the relationship either. And it also involves family. And I just think it's a really good book. So I definitely recommend it. If you guys can find this, I got it at Walmart. But if you can find it, pick it up. Ow, I just hit myself in the face. Pick it up because it is so, so good. So good. The next 2 books are the first and second book in a series. And the first one is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. So I guess you could already tell that the second one is Scarlet. But with Cinder, we as in the novel bunch, which is started out as me, Gwen, and Mads, and then a few other people have joined. I think Lauren, Whitney, Kylie, and I'm not sure if anybody else has joined yet. But the link for that is down in the doobly-doo. And I think I've made it public. I will definitely change it if I haven't, but I'm pretty sure I made it public so that everybody can join and read along with us. But me, Mads, and Gwen had planned on reading, and Lauren and Andrea, but they didn't end up reading it because they had finals and one of them hit a reading slump. Anyways, we were supposed to read this a couple months ago, and I was in a reading slump too, so I didn't finish it. Gwen and Mads did, and then I had bought this right after I had bought it while I was still reading Cinder because I knew I'd want to go into the second one. So when I got the second one, I still hadn't finished the first, hadn't even started the first. And so I just read them both this month. I just finished Scarlet, I want to say a week ago. Gwen finished first, and then I finished, then Mads finished it. And now Kylie is reading Cinder, so she's trying to catch up to us. She's reading Cinder, and then she'll go into Scarlet. And eventually we'll go into Cress. In my last video, which was my book haul, you saw that I hauled Cress because I picked that up because I had finished this and was in love and I needed to know what happened next. And if you haven't read these books, spoiler alert. I have a feeling that somewhere in amongst these 4 books, like, she hasn't shown up other than in Cinder. I have a feeling that Cybel's cyborg charge girl, I have a feeling she's going to turn up. For some reason, I feel like she's going to be Cress. I don't think she'll be Winter, but I feel like she's going to be Cress, if that makes sense. Anybody who's read these, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't read these, why are you listening to the spoiler? Well, it's not really a spoiler. I suppose you can listen. So, if you want to listen, listen. So, the last book I read in October is Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I actually have a review for this. It was the first review I've ever done on my channel, and I'm so excited. I gave this book 5 stars. It's really, really good. I said in my last video, I said it in the review. If you like Stephanie Perkins, if you like Huntley Fitzpatrick, you're going to like this. It definitely talks more about like relationships between like boy and girl, friends, family. Also has to deal with issues like panic attacks and anxiety. And there's a lot of deeper meaning to this than just some YA contemporary romance. So I definitely encourage you to read this if you like Stephanie Perkins, because this is definitely a book like hers, and it is so good, so good. So these were the 4 books that I read between October, being this one, and November, these 3. And I probably could have read more if I hadn't have like not read during the first like 2 weeks when I was doing NaNoWriMo. So I kind of feel bad that this month I only got through 3 books. But it's okay, because NaNoWriMo is my excuse and I'm sticking with it. I'm definitely going to read more in December because the first 3 weeks, like before Christmas, I have free time to read. So I will be reading a lot, and then I'm going to be going to Cape Breton to see my family, my dad's side of the family. I'm going there the 2 days after Christmas, and we're flying, and I'm terrified. I've never flown, but we're flying from where I live to Cape Breton, which is like a 3-hour flight in a little tiny 20-passenger plane. So I'm terrified, and oh my god. But I will be taking books down there. I think we're down there for like a week or 2. So I will be taking my books down there. I will also be taking my camera. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to upload while I'm down there. Unless I log in on my cousin's computer. In which case I will be able to upload. But no, never mind, because no. Just no. I won't be able to upload. Maybe. Unless they have an editing software on their computer, which I highly doubt. So, we'll see. We will see. But I'm going to do some vlogging down there because I love it down there and I want to remember it down there. But you guys will also get to meet my cousins Melody and my cousin Angela. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. So, I am now going into my December to be read. I have 5 books here and 1 book that I don't own yet. But 2 of them are like, 2 of them I am already currently reading, one of which I am halfway through, one of which is a reread. So, I mean, it's more like I'm going to plan on reading the 4 books that I haven't read and finish up the one that I'm currently reading and reread the one that I'm rereading. Yeah, that's a mouthful, and that made no sense. But yeah, the first book is the book that I am currently reading for the first time. I am halfway through it, and it is Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher. She is the wife of Tom from McFly, and she has her baby Buzz, and he is so cute, and I constantly go back and watch Tom's song and like her belly growing, you know that video from Bump to Buzz. I'll link that down below, and I'll also link her channel because she is awesome. She's so funny. So is her husband. So is Carrie, which is his brother. Oh my god, his sister. There we go. I had to work that out there. This book so far has been really good. It actually kind of reminds me of Girl Online in some ways. And I really, really like it. I cannot wait to finish it. I can't wait to go into G's other book, which is You're the One That I Want, which I will show you in a minute. So this is G's second book, but it has nothing to do with this one. It's just another one that she's written. Going into Billy and Me, I honestly thought that they were going to be YA because that's mainly what I read. But then I realized that once I got a little bit into it, it's a new adult book. And I'm proud of myself. I don't read new adult very much. There are only a couple of series I've read that are adult books. And so this is a book that's YA, or not YA. And I'm reading it, and that surprises me, because normally I don't like adult books. I'm still into the YA. I don't think that's going to change when I get older. I find it harder to get into adult books. or new adult books. But these are so easy to read. Like, I haven't read this one yet, but it's going to be just as good as this, I can tell. This is really good. And I'm hoping that by reading these, it will get me more into new adult books. The next book I plan to read in December is The Iron Trials by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. Now this, I am reading with Kylie. Kylie K is her YouTuber name, so I will put her down in the doobly-doo. She's awesome, and me and her have been planning on reading a book together in a buddy read for a while now, and we were having issues deciding which book to choose, and then I suggested The Iron Trial because I planned on reading it, and I told her about it, and she said that sounded like a good book, and that we should read that, and then we were going to read it in November, but then Kylie had finals, I think. She just got really busy with school, and she asked me if we could read it in December, and so I said, of course, and so we are going to read it. I'm really excited, because right now I'm in the YA kick, or like the YA contemporary kick, so it'll be nice to get back into some magic and fantasy stuff. The next book is a definite possible maybe. I'm not 100% sure if I'll get to this book, but I'm going to put it on my list just because it's a Christmassy novel, and I want to read Christmassy novels closer to Christmas. And so that is Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. I couldn't say it in the last video either, and I'm sorry. This is a Christmassy novel, obviously, and it's December, so that means there's like very limited days until Christmas, which is exciting. So I want to read more Christmassy books. I want to read this one. One of the next few books I'm going to talk about is a Christmassy one that I am going to read. That's a definite. I am reading it. And another one that I'd like to pick up is the companion novel to Billy and Me. It is Christmas with Billy and Me, so hopefully I can, well, it's not really a novel, it's a novella, I think. It's like 80 pages, I think, from what I've heard. That came out like last week, and so I'd like to pick that up if I can, and I'd like to pick this up and read it if I can get to it. The next book is possibly, maybe again, it is Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Raish. I'm not 100% sure. Didn't know in the last video either, or ever since I got it. I have no idea how to say her last name, and I'm sorry. But this I want to read. I have wanted to for a while, and when I finally got it, I really wanted to jump into it, but then I was still reading Scarlet, and then I went on to Billy and Me. Yeah, Billy and Me. I went on to Billy and Me, and then I didn't get into this, and I said, I'll probably read this in December, and I decided to read it in December, hopefully, because it is about the world being split up into the 4 seasons. Like, I think it's like kingdoms, almost. Yeah, Kingdom of Winter. So, the main characters from the Kingdom of Winter, and they got defeated by one of the other kingdoms, I want to think. It was conquered and its citizens were enslaved, apparently. So, I am really excited to read this. I think it's a really interesting concept, and I'm hoping to get it done in December because I definitely want to get through it, and I am very excited because it just sounds awesome. I would want to live in the Kingdom of Winter. No, I'd want to live in the Kingdom of Autumn. The next book I'd like to read in December is a book that I got sent for review. It's the first book that I ever got sent for review, so it's pretty exciting. And it is Puppet by Pauline C. Harris. And I've actually read, I want to say, the first 5 or so chapters of it, and I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good, and it's basically a modern retelling of Pinocchio, but it's also gender bent, so instead of Pinocchio, it's a girl named Penelope. The next book is a book I am going to be reading, but I don't currently own yet, so I'm going to step over here so I can insert a picture of it right here, and it is My True Love Gave to Me by Stephanie Perkins and all the other authors on this cover, and we are reading it as the book of the month for December for the Novel Bunch, which is the Goodreads group, book reading group that me and Mads and Gwen started. It started out as us and then progressed to Whitney and Lauren and Kylie and whoever else decides to join. Like I said, the link is down in the doobly-doo, so join us because we're not going to read a book every single month, but when we do, it'll be posted in there, and hopefully we'll get some discussions going about them. So we are going to be reading this book in honor of Christmas and because we've all wanted to read it. So if you want to join us, please join the group. Join it. Just join it. You'll not regret it. The last book on my to be read is very exciting. I have been the lucky receiver of the traveling book, which is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. The last person that had it was Whitney, and so she decided to send it to me, which thank you very much, because I am so honored and excited to be a part of this. I can't even form words about how excited I am. But I'm seriously, I love the book, obviously. I've read it numerous times. This is my 9th time going into it. But I love going through this copy of it because I get to see what everybody else was thinking. And most of the time, everybody was thinking exactly what I was thinking. And if there wasn't anything there, written where I wrote, then my comments are there and the people after me can take a look. And so I am 81 pages in, and my writing is all in red. So I like this one here. I'll show you this one. Okay, so it's not so cold as much as under oxygenated. They're talking about her hands. And Augustus is just I love it when you talk medical to me. So somebody underlined it, and I said, talk medical to me. And then I said, in brackets, I put drops beat and cue trumpet. And I don't know why. I just chose to write that in there. And some people have drawn pictures. Somebody drew a picture of the pedophilic swing set of tears. So there's a swing set and tears, and then they wrote the words. And it's really cool to go through and see what people have added. And then everybody signed it back here. So there's Bookadoodles and Whitney here and other people. I love that some people have taken up the blank spaces and written all this. And some people have added this one's a glow-in-the-dark star, and somebody added the bracelet. This bracelet that they made, but I talked about all these in the other video that I filmed. I have added my comments so far, but I'm also adding this bookmark. And I'm going to send it off to the next person, which I don't know who it is yet, but I'm also considering adding my bracelet in, like I said in the last video. So I am done rambling about this. I'm going to finish it in the month of December, and in 2 weeks I will pick somebody to send it off to. So if you have any ideas on who I should send it to, where I should send it to, comment that down below, because I honestly have no idea who I should send it to next. But after me, it'll go to somebody, I think. After that it'll go to one other somebody before it goes back to Miranda, and then she'll make the big video about it. But in 2 weeks, I will be making a video about all the stuff that I added to the traveling book. So those are all the books that I read in November. They are also all the books that I plan, hopefully, to read in December. And I think I will do pretty well at getting through all those books, just because I have a lot of free time in the next few weeks. And I'm really in the reading mood. I've been flying through, I didn't fly through Scarlet too fast, but I flew through Girl Online really, really fast because I read that in a night. I also read Cinder really fast too. I think I read that in a couple of days. And Billy and Me, I started the other day, and I'm already halfway through it, so it's exciting. I feel like I'm getting back on the roll of reading, and Tiffios should be pretty easy to read and cry over. And all the other ones, I think I'm going to have an easy time getting through those too. We will see. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'll feel horrible. I'm hoping I don't hit a reading slump. I'm just praying that I don't hit a reading slump. So, wish me luck. If you are reading any of these books currently, have read, or are going to read, comment that down below, because I want to know your opinions or what you think's going to happen in those books. And I like getting the feedback from you guys. If you have any other books that you think I'd like to read, comment those, because I'm always looking for new book suggestions, even though I have the piles of shame down there on the bottom shelf. Which reminds me, I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour as soon as I get back from my aunt's. Those are going to be the next videos that I put up. I promise. She decided to join the party. Like I was saying, the bookshelf tours are going to be the next videos that I put up. It'll be this shelf first, this will be part 1, and this shelf will be part 2, I think. But basically it'll go top to bottom, obviously, and then top to bottom, and I'll show you all the books that I have. Because you guys have been asking for that for a while, and I'm finally going to get to it now that my bookshelves are in order. So now I am going to go film the Let It Snow book tag. So I am going to go change into my elf hat and my funny Santa singing ugly Christmas sweater. And I will see you guys in that next video. So, bye! Hey guys, today I'm not going to be doing that. Ho! I forgot how it is. Grinning bucket while he grins. And now